37. 26 knots down the angle. 106 interval is a rhino at 5. Sure, sir. 207 on flat path on course 1 mile. Sure, sir. 207 on flat path on course.
In the evening of the 17th of March 2006, the US Navy's Liveth-class destroyer, the USS Gonzalez, was conducting a maritime security patrol off the coast of Somalia when suddenly she observed an unidentified vessel on the horizon. Setting off for the vessel's location, the destroyer was soon able to identify the craft as a large-sized dhow towing 2 small skiffs, the trademark for a pirate task group. Consequently, the captain of the USS Gonzalez, Commander Robert Randall, directed his warship to stalk the dhow whilst preparations were made for a board and search operation. At the same time, Commander Randall sent out a message to the US Navy's Ticonderoga-class cruiser, the USS Cape St George, which was operating nearby, asking if she could close in on the area and provide assistance. By 0500 on the 18th of March, the Cape St George had linked up with the Gonzalez, so that both American warships were now trailing the dhow. Shortly thereafter, at around 0540, the Gonzalez launched 2 teams of 9 men in 2 rigid inflatable boats to board and carry out an inspection of the suspect vessel. Captain James Yohei, the commander of the USS Cape St George, later recalled, "When the Gonzalez rib crews approached the dhow, the suspected pirates started brandishing rocket-propelled grenade launchers and opened up on the rib crews. The rib crews returned their fire and manoeuvred. At the same time, gunners on our ship laid down covering fire to keep the pirates' heads down, so the Gonzalez ribs could get out of the way." Thanks to the covering fire laid down by the Cape St George and the Gonzalez, the 2 American boarding teams were able to disengage and return to the safety of the destroyer. However, the unexpected then happened, as the pirates switched their rocket and small arms fire onto the 2 warships themselves, marking the first time in the 21st century that a US Navy ship had come under fire from an enemy vessel. Captain Yohei continues, "I was simply amazed they were firing at us, to be so bold as to actually continue the engagement." Due to the close proximity in which the engagement developed, the 2 US warships were unable to utilize their main armaments. Nonetheless, the firepower the Americans brought to bear was still significant, as the crews of the warships used their onboard medium and heavy caliber machine guns to return fire, with the Gonzalez targeting the dhow, whilst the Cape St George focused on the 2 skiffs. During this exchange of gunfire, one of the rounds fired by the Gonzalez struck a fuel drum on board the dhow and sent the vessel up in flames, killing one of the pirates, wounding 5 others, and forcing the rest to scramble out of the boat and into the Indian Ocean. Moments later, and on coming to the realization that they stood no chance against 2 warships, the pirates threw their arms up into the air and surrendered to the US Navy. "I was very proud of my crew today. They responded with what I considered appropriate force. Despite having people shooting at them, they did their jobs and did them quite well. Once the suspected pirates started waving their arms and we could tell they were giving up, my crew ceased firing and everybody stopped firing." In the immediate aftermath, the Cape St George deployed a handful of rigid inflatable boats to detain the pirates and bring them aboard the cruiser for treatment for any wounds they had sustained. In addition, a search of the 2 skiffs, which are still afloat, led to the recovery of a number of weapons and ammunition. Despite being ambushed by the pirates, the Americans suffered no casualties throughout the incident, although the Cape St George did sustain very minimal damage to one of its sides, where enemy small arms fire had chipped away at and left slight dents in the paintwork. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe so that you never miss one of my future videos.